Me when my 6-year-old nephew told me he'd won Star of the Week in his class at school.
Couldn't care less.
Me returning to Bumble after being dumped from a 2-month relationship for the 6th time. And this was me when my friend said his doctor had told him that drinking more than 21 units of alcohol a week is dangerous.
I wouldn't believe a word he says.
Why?
There's no meaning behind it. I don't even think he believed what he was saying there.
Hello folks and welcome back to the show. So today I'm going to talk about 5 really great classic fragrances, first released ages ago, that are still made today and still smell great and are really, really affordable. A fun topic, and I'm sure all of you can find one fragrance that you might be interested in finding out about from this video. Before we do that, please don't forget, my recommended USA-based fragrance sampling site is the Fragrance Decant Boutique. That's decantboutique.com. I've got a code. The code Mr. Smelly 10 gets you 10% off their huge array of designer and niche fragrances. My recommended UK-based fragrance sampling site is fragrancesamplesuk.com, and that same code Mr. Smelly 10 also works there across a huge array of fragrances. I want to say a huge thank you to everybody who's ordered the incredible AREZZO from our brand NAUGHTON. We had an amazing launch week and the responses have just been absolutely fabulous. Thank you so much. So AREZZO, you do need to know about this. It's the new 5th release from Naughton & Wilson. You can get it at naughtonandwilson.com for a special launch price for customers in the USA, Canada and the UK. We are trying to sort out EU shipping for 2025. Hopefully we will get that done. There won't be any better price for this fragrance on Black Friday or any other seasonal sale. This launch price is the best price you will ever be able to get it at. This is absolutely phenomenal. It's our most luxurious fragrance yet. We call it a place where decadence meets refinement. It's themed after the city of Arezzo in Italy. Notes include plum, brandy, orris butter, labdanum, tobacco and real Cambodian oud. Incredibly luxurious. Don't miss out on the launch price. And I do want to remind you guys very briefly that finally Gravitas Pour Homme and Gravitas Essentia are back in stock for you customers in the USA, where they've been out of stock for a while. And in fact, all 5 of our fragrances are in stock in the UK, the USA and Canada. NaughtonandWilson.com, don't miss out. Okay, let's get stuck into it. So yeah, really great cheapies, classic fragrances. So if you like your old school smells, this is the video for you. If you don't, it might not be, but let's see what you think about that. Okay, first one that I'm going to share with you, I want to go with the most interesting bottle design of the lot. And this is BIJAN Men, amazing bottle design. I do not know what that's meant to be, but there are many things that spring to mind. A 1987 release, an Oriental Fougere fragrance. Notes are mandarin, lavender, nutmeg, musk, oak moss, lemon, bergamot, sage oil, iris, cinnamon, sandalwood, fir, amber, carnation, honey, vanilla, tonka leather. We have also cloves, ylang-ylang, cinnamon, rosemary and vetiver. Is there anything they left out? £24.85 for this one for a 75ml. Really cool bottle design. And it's just this incredibly rugged, masculine, dry, woody, aromatic fragrance. Yes, it's a fougere officially. It has less of a green feel and more of this kind of very dry, bitter, woody aura to it. It's very masculine, it's very grown up, and it's beautifully complex actually, as you might be able to tell from that note listing. I get really good performance on my skin on this one. A few people saying you need to get the vintage one, but that's going to be really hard to track down, and you don't know what how the juices age. I think this is good. For the great price, you can get it online. Go for it if you like that kind of old school classic from the 80s. Next up then, we're going to go for another one that I haven't mentioned for ages on the channel, and that's CAPUCCI Pour Homme, a chypre, citrus-leaning chypre from the 60s, 1967. I found it in the UK for just over £15 online, which is phenomenal, and it's a really elegant citrus-leaning Italian chic style chypre fragrance. Amalfi lemon, my favourite kind of lemon, lime, bergamot, basil, anise, lavender, West Indian bay, jasmine, cyclamen, tea notes, oak moss, leather, tobacco, patchouli, incense, musk, amber. Again, this one is kind of dry. There's not much sweetness going on here, but it has that fresh citrus burst. It's a really sharp, almost astringent kind of citrus burst in the opening. I think someone said it was pissy in a good way. If you're not afraid of that, you'll really like it. A little bit akin to things like Acqua di Parma's Colognes, still out there, very good fragrance, but a little bit more expensive. And maybe things like Armani Eau Pour Homme, which I also love. But it's got a real character all of its own. Really pierces through the air really nicely. Sharp, green, herbal, woody, and a brilliant, brilliant value fragrance with a lovely old school bottle. Thank you so much. I think it was Lania Smith who turned me on to that one, a great reviewer. Let's move on swiftly then. Next up, been coming back to this one a little bit lately. I really like CK Eternity for Men, Calvin Klein Eternity for Men. First was released in 1990. It was Carlos Benhaim, the famous perfumer. I'm not going to rattle off all the notes because it gets a little bit tiresome. There's lemon and bergamot, orange blossom, a lot of floral notes in there, including lily of the valley and normal lily. Brazilian rosewood, my favourite kind. Venezuelan, forget it, and amber. I feel that this one has a feel that is a little bit similar to Davidoff's Cool Water, but I prefer it. So therefore you can also compare it a tiny bit, maybe, to things like Green Irish Tweed, a great classic from the House of Creed, and also I think perhaps to Platinum Egoist from Chanel, but it's much more affordable because you can pick up a bottle of this online for something like about £20, including delivery. I think that's a 50 or 75, a 50 mil I think, I'm not sure. It's very, very affordable, and it has this beautiful, clean, prototype aquatic leaning type of thing, which I guess Davidoff Cool Water was in a way too, wasn't it? This came out a couple of years later. I think it's a better kind of cousin to that. Maybe it was influenced by it. I think it's a brilliant office scent, a brilliant safe scent for the office, clean, refreshing. Women that I've tried it on, the women who will give me the time of day have said they genuinely like this one, and therefore a great scent for a date or intimate situation, date night, whatever you're doing, okay? Love that one. Okay, next up, Denim Aftershave, much maligned, sitting on the lower shelves of your local drugstore. For £9 you can get the aftershave. I find this to smell a little bit like Aramis from Aramis. So I find this leathery. Official note listing is clove, bergamot, petitgrain, olibanum, vetiver, cedar and amber. So again, it's woody. It has this leathery feel. I think it's a slightly fresher cousin to Aramis by Aramis, which is a woody, spicy, leathery fragrance, and that's a decent description of this one, with an added sort of soapy element to it. You can turn your nose up at it because it's got memories of unwanted Christmas presents. I think the Fragrantica reviewer Miguel Matos has lamented that he used to get this at Christmas when he wanted something a bit more luxurious. But I think the rest of his review might have been quite kind about it, but I couldn't seem to access it. Anyway, Denim Aftershave for a tenner. Good stuff. Don't give it to someone for a present. They'll probably think you're cheap. Buy it for yourself, though. Last but not least, Agua de Colonia Concentrada from ALVAREZ Gomez. This is a real classic. The denim, I think, was from the 70s. This one goes right back to the beginning of the century, 1916 or something insane. And to me, this is simply lemons, oranges and lavender. Like walking through a beautiful orange grove in Spain. You really get that natural lemon and natural orange smell. I find it really well lasting, and you can buy a 300ml bottle, are you mad bruv, for £21. I know I've gone on about it a lot. It's a bit of a Mr. Smelly cliche, but it's so good, and I'm on my I've emptied my third bottle, and I really want to re-up it when I don't know what to wear. No one can not like this unless they don't like lemon and orange and lavender, which quite a lot of people don't in fragrances. So many people might not like it, but most people I've ever walked past this wearing, if they dared to comment, have said, you smell nice, and that's a great thing. So Agua de Colonia Concentrada, highly recommended and great value. So guys, don't forget to go over to Naughton and Wilson. Thank you so much for all the support with AREZZO. We've got a fantastic upscale presentation now. Lovely box there, comes wrapped in, what do you call that stuff? Cellophane. Amazing new box, really good. And the bottle again, everything is just next level, including the smell. So check it out, guys, and don't forget the other stuff. All back in stock, NaughtonandWilson.com. See you in the next video. Remember, whatever we're doing in life, let's project. And although life sometimes can stink, at least we can always smell good, right? Bye-bye.
This is a very classy fragrance, ladies and gents. Smells really good.
AREZZO. Notes of mandarin, bergamot, plums, spices, brandy, orris butter, tobacco, incense and oud. As you can see, the presentation is luxurious and stylish. A sophisticated, classy gentleman's scent that's also got an injection of attitude.
First impressions, very impressed. Very impressed by the quality, complexity and the notes.
It's this wonderful, very complex blend of booziness, some freshness and spices and oud and tobacco and incense. Absolutely stunning.
You can definitely tell that it's a really high quality fragrance. It's so layered. There's a lot of complexity with this fragrance.
So this gets a thumbs up. Kudos. Well done.
Naughton and Wilson's AREZZO is available to buy now for customers in the USA, Canada and the UK at NaughtonandWilson.com.